Boys, this is gonna be my first official car video that I've ever made. But we're gonna start doing car vlogs. This shit's just what I like to do. I like working on my cars and shit, and we're gonna start doing car vlogs. So we're about to go down to San Bernardino to go trade in the LS core that I have for another LS transmission. The one that I have is just grinded as shit. Scrap metal up and down it. It's trash. But nevertheless, I'm gonna go down there and see what I could get. Hopefully it's a good transmission. The guy said he rebuilt it and he has 3 months warranty on it for me. So if anything happens in the next 3 months, I could take it back. Well, we'll see what happens. See you guys when I get down there. What up, guys? So I did end up getting that new transmission. It wasn't $600 like I thought it was gonna be for it, because the core that I brought in was completely torn apart, and the guy said basically everything inside of that transmission, all the internals were destroyed, like completely destroyed. So, and I don't blame him. I mean, I couldn't even turn the shaft. So yeah, it was destroyed. There was metal everywhere. I will put a video about that so you guys can see it. But yeah, he only charged me $150 on top of it, so $750 for the new LS trans with my old one as well. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, alright guys, so it's day 2. I got the transmission, I put it in, it was making weird noises when I put it in. I took it out, I thought it was the throwout bearing, and it turns out it's not the throwout bearing. It ended up being the clutch. So I took out the clutch, inspected it, and it is beat to shit. I'm gonna show you guys right now. I know I have a mess, guy. I know. For those that don't know, this is my hatch right here, with the b18 swap in it, with the LS trans. This is the LS trans that I got from the guy right here. But this is my problem, guys. I'm looking at this and this doesn't look right. Really scratched up and pretty beat up. So that's my problem. Got another throwout bearing, still good. Plate seemed pretty fine. My flywheel seemed good. No real scuffings or nothing on it. It seemed really good. So I'm gonna go exchange this out and go get another clutch kit, and hopefully that'll solve my problem with this. If not, then the only thing that leads to is the transmission. But if it's the transmission, I'm gonna take it back to the guy. So we'll see what happens, guys. Hey guys, so I'm on my way back from San Bernardino. I had to go take the transmission in because the transmission was making the noise. It was something to do with the gears inside that were grinding in really bad. It sounded horrible. So I took the transmission off and took it down to the shop where I got the LS from. He didn't have an extra LS sitting there. He told me that he will work on it tomorrow, and he'll hopefully, he said he'll have it done by tomorrow. But I kind of wanted to just slap on a transmission tonight and just call it a day. I wanted to do other things tomorrow. I don't feel like working on my car tomorrow. I just feel like just getting it done tonight. So he had a GSR transmission sitting around, and he said he refreshed that one. So I just paid him the difference between the LS and the GSR, and I decided to take home the GSR trans. So hopefully this GSR trans, I mean, I hope to God this thing is good, because I've been going through the ringer with this car, with this transmission shit. It's been a ride, you know. It's been stressing me out to the point where I haven't even filmed anything about putting these trannies on. But this transmission, I'm gonna film everything from start to finish of what you need to do to bolt it on. The LS transmission that I had was a no-go. Like I said, the gears were just grinding bad, like horrible. Just horrible. I'm not even exaggerating. I literally have a video of it. So, yeah, I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna get to it, knock it out, and you guys are gonna be right there to see exactly how to install any B series transmission on an EF. So, all right, because that's what my chassis is. It's an EF. Really ED6, ED7. Well, ED6 because it doesn't have a sunroof. So, yeah. See you guys at the house. So this is it, guys. This is the GSR trans that I got. If I just pull it off. So I'm gonna take this, put it right here, slide it down, put it onto the jack, lift it up, put it in. So always check these right here. Make sure that this little bar is going over it. Just make sure these things are like hugging on it, because sometimes it looks like it's on it, but it's not on it all the way. So always double check that before you lift it up. Okay, all right, should be good. Now it's time to lift up. The next bolt goes in here like that. It connects to the trans right there. Okay. All right. Then we have. Let me see. Just jacked it up right now. I'm trying to get the dowel pins lined up right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start putting these bolts in here so I could kind of guide the transmission. Oh, I can't really do that. I'm recording. So I'm gonna put these bolts in here so I could kind of guide the transmission to where it needs to be. So it seems like it needs to go up a little bit, up on this side. But like I said, I'm gonna move it around. Then I'm gonna just put the bolts in so it holds it into place. All right, so I'm gonna come back, and there's one bolt right here, one right here. There is another bolt down in here. I don't know. Let's see if I can show you guys. It should be right freaking. Let me see. Get out the way. There. That's it. Right there. And that should be it. And then there's two on the bottom. All right. And then we have one back here. Okay. I don't know if you can see it, but it is right there. This one. Start screwing some of these in by hand, and then we'll wrench them down. Right, so you got to put the T-bracket bolt in there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is right behind all the wiring. Okay, let me see. It's literally, all right, so it's behind the starter. Let me see. It's right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but right there. Put that in before anything. Once you, I usually put this mortar mount on first, then that just lines up. Okay, so these two right here these three, they're all 19s. They're all from Hasport. They're all 19s. And that's about it. The starters, they're 14s. There's one right here, and there's one in the back right here. Usually I get it from down here. It's easier, and it is up there. Don't know if you can see it. It's that one right there at the very top. That one. That one. A couple of days have passed since I put the transmission in. One thing the guy forgot to do when he was putting the transmission in, he forgot to put the gearing on the differential, which tells me how fast I'm going. So I had to take the transmission out of the car again, put it in with the new gearing, and now I got my speedometer working. So everything's good on it, man. Now everything is really good. Pop this open, turn on the car so you guys can see. Real quick what I'm talking about. The transmission not having the gearing on the differential. While the axle's off on the passenger side, excuse me, make sure to put some manual transmission fluid on there. It makes it easier that when it's out, you know, so just do that. I believe that the old transmission that I had on this car, it had a transmission leak somewhere or some kind of transmission oil leak that it ran dry, and that's how the gears started binding up and it ruined the last transmission. So always make sure your transmission has transmission fluid in it. Save yourself the headache. Oh, here we go. We're in the hatch. Make sure it's in neutral. There she is, guys. Starts up, runs like a champ. I took it around already. First, second, third, fourth, fifth gear, reverse, all work great. Haven't had any problems. The only problem that I had was with the speedometer not running, but I got that situated and taken care of, and now everything's good. If you guys like this video and you guys want to see more of the hatch and more things that I'm gonna do to it, like, subscribe, and follow.